So we're on day 2 of our sourdough starter. It's doing really, really well. I'm really chuffed. So the surface isn't flat anymore. It's got little lumps on it. And you can see bubbles on, just through the glass, you can see bubbles on it already. The smell is still very much of a flour and water smell that you'd expect. As time goes on, it'll start to smell a little bit more yogurty, like a natural yogurt would smell. But it's doing really, really, really well. So I'm going to add some pictures to what it looks like now, and then I'm going to show you that. So I'm going to zero off my scales, pop them on, then reset them. And then I'm adding again 100 grams of strong flour. Oh, what a mess. Nearly there. Almost nearly there. There we go, great. Okay, and then I'm going to zero it off again, and I'm aiming for between 55 and maybe 65 ml of just tap water. Nothing special, just water out the tap. I've just put it in a little jar. So I'll pop that in. Got 55 grams. I'm going to stir that through and see how that mixes. If that mixes well, I'm not going to add any more. If I'm still struggling to get it to combine, then I'll add a little bit more. I'm not resetting my scales while I do this because I want to know how much I've actually put in. So this feels quite firm. Take this off so I know. Okay. I've gone up to 65. And then just a little bit of elbow grease to get this to combine. I do think it's a little bit tougher to get it to mix with this ratio, but I'm so impressed with how well it's doing after one day. It's already super bubbly. I've got really high hopes for this starter. I do think it's easier than my first starter, or my first successful starter. It's still a little bit tough, so I'm just going to add maybe a tiny little splash more. So at the minute we're at 65. So I've gone up to 70, that's it, I'm not putting any more in. The rest is just going to have to be elbow grease. Okay. There we go, I've got that combined now. The bottle, the jar, might well end up looking a little bit messy. That's normal. As it rises and falls, it will happen anyway. So it's probably not going to be rising the first few days anyway, but when you do start to feed it and it starts to become more developed, it will rise after a feed and then lower back down. So your jar, it's inevitable it's going to get messy. What you can do occasionally is pour it out into a bowl, give the jar a good clean, get it dry, and then pour your starter back in just to keep it a bit tidier, which I do occasionally. But it's inevitable. Every time you feed it, it's going to get messy. And that's fine. It's okay. So I hope you found it helpful. This is day 2. I'll catch in again with you tomorrow. Just going to, again, loosely cover, not tight. And I'll see you tomorrow.